So Cathixis and I did some awesome fucking teamwork to hex the shit out of that giant.
Do you remember what that synergy was?
Yes. I need to
What
look at
was
my
it?
spells for a second.
It was Hex and Dissonant Whispers.
Yeah, Dissonant Whispers.
Nice, okay.
And because of that, that bitch couldn't move at all. She couldn't do anything, so everybody just ganked her, stabbed the shit out of her.
We were able to get assistance
From the druid.
from the Archdruid, who cast
Lightning.
Call lightning in the cloud castle that we were in. Did a shitload of damage and murdered both of her weird bird things that were kind of hanging out with her.
Yep.
That caused her to lose concentration and plummet to the ground. And then literally all of us just fucking stabbed the ever-loving shit out of her.
Yep. We Dark Souls ganked her. We got on all sides and just stabbed and stabbed.
And what was the purpose of going to this cloud castle?
To free the Archdruid.
To free the Archdruid, right. Okay.
Which was mission accomplished, so...
Right, and what happened after the cloud giant died?
The castle
fell out of the sky?
Well, it started reconstituting back into cloud from stone, and so we had to, like, all jump onto, like, the Archdruid / Moonless and try to get away. And then I remember screaming because I really wanted to get those golden fruit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, so as you are, flying, so, like, you're flying down in the backs of Moonless and this other druid, and you see, like, as you're flying down, like, you're trying to, like, avoid, random falling solid matter that's now, like, falling through the clouds, because the clouds are reconstituting into actual cloud matter. So, you start to see vegetation and everything that was growing on the clouds, in the cloud castle and in the gardens and stuff, just start to fall through and then sprinkle, like, all throughout the forest below you, just falling everywhere. And then the clouds just kind of, like, start to, like, slowly dissipate and lose their magical glow, because, like, the whole castle was kind of sort of, like, glowing like a moon. And now it's like the glow is sort of slowly fading as the clouds dissipate and reconstitute into the night sky. The two druids are slowly circling back down to the forest below, and you land in that same kind of swampy clearing that the other Firbolg druids were waiting for you.
Yep. Oh yeah, we also met a bunch of druids, and they told us where the fuck to go.
Yeah, weren't they in the shape of giant frogs, and you were talking to them?
Yep.
Yeah.
They were, but one of them came out of that shape to move the tree so you could see the clouds.
Yep.
So these two druids land, and you notice that while you're there, that there's someone else who wasn't there before, and this someone looks. I
guess there's someone there who wasn't there before.
Yeah, who is? It looks different from the Firbolgs. Like, the Firbolgs have all kind of come out of their wild shape and are conversing with this new strange person. This person is very large, gray-skinned, mottled gray skin, covered in tattoos, and well, yeah, you're on the right path. So, large mottled gray skin, tattoos all over, and has a massive sort of what looks like a maul stack with runes carved all over it in his hand.
Well, this would be really easy if this is the Goliath Archdruid, and was kind of like, oh, good job, guys.
Fun. No. Fun, but no, that's not what this is. I mean, he is a Goliath, though, but to know that, you would need to roll
something.
Someone going to attempt to roll so we can see if any of you know what a Goliath is?
Sure. I'm game.
Do it, Ozone.
What would it be?
Yeah, what are we rolling?
So, Goliath would be nature. Yeah, they're natural things. nature or history. If any of you have nature or history going on. Just for warning, I may cut out of it because I'm about to go through a tunnel. Don't know how bad it's gonna be.
Tunnel of love.
Oh, what the heck happened here?
Wow, that was a bad.
Whoa! How did? Oh, 0. That's fine. Fine.
What?
I was like, whoa! I've never seen a die.
So
But die has a
he's
0.
puppy.
No.
I
he
put
rolled
1d.
Peter. He rolled a D when Peter rolled a D100.
Mm-hmm.
I know
That's
what a
right.
Goliath is.
I have Jack of all trades. That's right.
Yes, you get a +1.
So I forgot how to roll D20
Slash,
plus
yeah. That's what took me the longest.
intelligence is
Yes.
so. $18, motherfucker.
Why are you
Okay,
so ecstatic? I got a 21.
So going down the line,
Okay, I can still be excited for an 18. Eat my
Yeah.
whole.
not bad. So going down the line, Ozone, Ozone, you think it's a field.
Okay.
Addison, you know it's probably not a field, but they look similar enough that they could be somewhat related. Where's Cathixis?
I don't
Did you
think
not roll?
Cathixis didn't bother rolling.
Oh, fair enough. So Cathixis, you just don't care. Nomenclature and Daergram, you are pretty certain that this is a Goliath. That this is a Goliath. They have some similar background to Fearbolds, in the sense that they are both giantkin, but they are not necessarily related. Daergram, you also know, A, because you are from the mountains, and B, because you roll higher, that the Goliath usually frequent mountain ranges, and you have had contact with multiple Goliath tribes in your time as a cleric in the mountains.
That's right.
So feel free to lead, then, Daergram.
Oh, I don't really do that kind of stuff. I like to stay in the back and kick ass.
So what are you going to do with this information?
I just let the party know.
What happened? Okay.
It's a mountain man.
It's not a mountain man. Well, he is a mountain of a man. And a hell of a man he is.
What?
We're figuring out Daergram's sexuality. That's awesome.
What?
Daergram sexuality.
Yeah.
The mountain of man. Perfect.
I hate it.
Alright, so what's the plan, guys? We want to approach him?
Well,
So
yeah,
I guess
they sort of see the two large birds land and let you guys alight off of them, but they're not really paying attention because they seem to be excitedly, almost nervously having a bit of a conversation of their own. Like, they acknowledge what's happening, but they don't care. They're talking amongst themselves.
Can I roll to see whether this person is a person in authority or is just somebody that's new?
it'd probably be an insight check.
Yeah.
You can, yeah, roll an insight check, see what you got.
All right, that's when I actually have pluses to it. Not that it matters.
Insight, really?
Yeah, 8.
Oh, well, you have no idea.
Guys, I have no idea who that guy is.
Both useful and valuable information. Thank you.
Can we understand what they're saying?
They're talking in a language that you don't really.
Is it a language that I
It's
at least understand?
probably
Because
Druidic.
if it's in Sylvan, I rolled a fucking 20 on my last check, and I was able to communicate effectively with those druids. So
Yeah,
it's how I would understand
It's
the
not
word.
Sylvan.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Druidic.
Is it primordial?
It's not. Each of you, however, like you might get a word here and there. It's primordial and Sylvan. Between primordial and Sylvan, you might get a word here and there, but nothing to really string together as far as understanding what they're saying.
All right, you cut out.
Who was the one that talked to the frog druids?
Me.
Right, John?
It was Nomenclature.
It was Nomenclature led that.
Yep.
So Ozone's gonna like put his hand on your back and like, I think you gotta talk to them again. You were talking to them last time, and like I'm pushing you. I'm like forcibly pushing you forward.
Because I am tiny, I just I put my heels out, but I just slide forward because I can't stop myself.
Swampland that we're you're just like
There's no traction.
yeah.
Are you afraid of the Goliath?
No, not at all. I just don't like being pushed around because I'm so tiny. It bothers me that people can just manhandle me.
Oh.
When you were chucked with a fucking football.
No, I chose her. I told them for him to do that. That manhandling was under my control.
It was war control, not nomenclature.
Yes. Punch. So I'll go, Furbolg, frog, friends. Wait, are they in frog state, or?
They're people. They're
No, they've come out of their wild shape and they're all kind of like conversing together.
Okay.
The Furbolg and then this one Goliath.
I go, Druid friends, look it, we did the thing, and I point at the Archdruid.
They look at you and then they look behind you to see their leader coming out of their wild shape, and they wave to the leader, say something excitedly in a language you don't understand, and wave him over, and then he kind of like pushes past you and goes right over to them, like not paying attention to you guys at all. Like it's almost like
as soon as I see this, I go and I grab at the Archdruid.
which one?
The Furbolg one who's pushing past and walking.
Uh-huh.
Oh no. We saved your life. You are not going to go have a private conversation and exclude us. We need to know what's going on. Manners are manners.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to do persuasion or intimidation?
Oh, I'm intimidating the fuck up out of this bitch.
Okay.
Nomenclature crosses his arms and puffs up his chest.
Watch it be a 1.
Don't even jinx that.
Guidance.
Plus a D4. Oh, it's in there already.
It's a
Oh.
31.
It's a 31. Take your 11 and shove it up your ass, Archdruid.
He kind of pulls back from you, and he was like, he says, you can tell he doesn't appreciate your method, but he's swayed by your message.
But he's receptive to it.
I turn to Ozone and say, it was the arm cross.
Maybe it was divine intervention.
Oh my god. So you can tell that he's not appreciative of your method, but he is swayed by your message, and you did save him after all. So he kind of calls you over and he calls you over, and waiting for the rest of you over. He says something to the rest of the group in a language you don't understand, gesturing to you, Addison. A couple of them chuckle, and then they start talking in common.
Ooh, he's trying it.
So a couple of them chuckle, and then they start talking in common. And the conversation that you're hearing is basically the Goliath is talking about how there seems to a strange fey creature has come to his tribe and has started to demand information from them, from the druids, about the aberrant magic that has been going on within the Nightlands in their area. The fake creatures sort of like sensed it and wants to know more about it and wants information about it. And the fake creature is basically either stealing or kidnapping either stealing wares or kidnapping druids until the information is given to them, basically coercing them to give information that they don't have because they don't understand what's going on either. They don't understand why the natural magic of the Nightlands is somehow now warping. They don't know about this lab. They don't know about anything that's happened there. They don't know why magic is warping. But this Fae seems to feel that they should, and is strong-arming them into telling them. And he doesn't know what to do. He's been kind of sent by his people to enlist help.
So where did the giant come in effect?
Huh?
It's their people. This Fae is messing with the Goliath druid circle.
Ah.
What giant? You mean the giant from before?
Yeah, the Goliath. Yeah, messing with the Goliath druid clan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that is what the Goliath is talking about, and they're kind of at a loss. The Thorvald are kind of at a loss themselves because they've sent the strange magic as well, but they don't know where it's coming from. They don't know where it's coming from. They're not really 100% sure what to do about it, but they know it's there. They've sensed it building, and they've sensed it affecting their own magic.
Oh. So yeah, I look and I'm just like, oh, it's a good thing you decided to include the conversation. I believe we know where that anomaly is that's affecting different magic.
The guy quickly interrupts you and is like, please, I don't want to know. I don't actually want to know. I appreciate what you're trying to do, but if I know, this Fae will just take the information from me and then do what it wants with this magic, which can't be good. So okay. I do not want to know, but I do want to do something that will either make this Fae leave us alone, or just make this Fae move on. Because my people are suffering, and I want to do something. And right now I feel powerless because everything I've tried has fallen to ruin.
Alright, well, we can just go beat the hell out of it.
Yeah, that.
Our strongest tribe members haven't been able.
I'm gonna stop you there. They didn't think we could kill a giant, then we killed a giant. We're good.
She wields one of the 6 hexblades.
Okay, we'll take it from them.
No. So when you hear the 6 hexblades, I would say Addison, Nomenclature. Who's magically inclined? Addison, Nomenclature.
Yo, Ozone.
I think we all are.
Yeah. Right
yeah.
here.
So do like an Arcana or History. Religion check would work kind of too.
It's so good because like who's magically inclined, and I'm like, all right, here, but like I have a -1. Oh, look at that, 18.
Yeah, 18, good shit.
That's still good. Okay.
I am magically inclined. You're a wizard, Ozone.
Okay, so 13 for Daergram,
I'm glad I rolled low because it fits what I said.
7 for Cathexis, 18 for Ozone, 8 for Nomenclature, and 21 for Addison. Okay, so Nomenclature, Nomenclature and Cathexis. Yeah. So Cathexis, you've never heard of it at all. Nomenclature, like, you know that hexblades are a thing, but you just thought it was like a magic focus of some sort. Like you don't know anything more than that.
Yeah, we'll just kill this with their own sword.
Yeah. So you can keep saying that. We'll keep that. Now, Addison and Ozone, you know that it's more than that. When they're talking about the 6 hexblades, it's short. It's when someone says the 6 hexblades, they're talking about the 6 hexblades of the Winter Court, meaning the 6 hexblades that keep, that basically keep the Vanera immortal. She wields one of them, meaning she is one of the 6 hex maidens, which makes her a very special Vanera called the Beast Fae.
The Beast Fae?
Beast Fae, yeah. She is so someone who wields this blade is incredibly powerful, almost akin to a demigod. So probably not someone you'd want to face. She is not merely a wielder of a hex blade in that sense. She can literally impart magic to a patron who follows her. Like she is the Warlock patron.
Yeah, she is actually a patron.
Wait,
She is.
Did someone say Warlock?
She is somewhat of a Warlock patron. Yeah. So
Warlock
like
battle.
through channeling the magic of her blade, she can impart the magic of the blade itself to others. Addison, you know that these hex blades, because you rolled so high, hex blades, each of the 6 hex blades of the Winter Court have a very powerful demon bound within them. It's basically a receptacle for demonic power that allows the Vanera to convert intelligent soul energy into life energy, which is what makes them immortal.
Well, damn.
So that's all the information.
Okay, yeah. So once he said that she's one of the hexblades, and then Nomenclature says that, then that's when I just immediately just closed my mouth like, oh.
Yeah, Ozone will say to Nomenclature, dude, I think we might want to back off. This lady sounds like really tough business.
Bruh, we just killed a giant. Let's ride this big dick energy.
Yeah,
Oh God.
I put my hand like
Can I just get inspiration for the big energy at this point?
Yeah.
I'm all about the positivity, bro, but like I think this lady could probably kill 20 of those giants.
Yeah, I put a hand down on you, Nomenclature. Completely differently.
Alright, whatever. You want to kill my vibe? That's fine.
No, let's keep the positivity up though. Like, yeah, I didn't want to harsh your buzz too much.
So the Goliath said, is there any way that like I don't want to, we shouldn't face her, but is there any way that we can that I can arrange or help to somehow get my people away from her?
Well, she's seeking information on this magical distortion, correct?
Yes.
So that means she doesn't know anything about it.
She doesn't know anything about it, but she's adept at fishing out lies. One of our druids attempted to deceive her, and she devoured her soul in front of us.
What's that like?
Oh, you gotta be pretty hungry.
What?
Yeah.
Huh?
What does it look like?
You asked that?
Yeah, what's that look like? Because I'm actually like, my head tilts to the side, and I'm just like, yeah, what does that look like? Like, it sounds like a thing, and it sounds scary, but I'd imagine it's just like, boom, person falls over. But what does that exactly look like?
Your soul is mine.
Well, normally if it feeds like any other, most of them would just feed like any other normal being, where they just eat your flesh or drink your blood. But like any other carnivore, but she likes to sow fear. So she actually used her sword to separate his soul from his body.
Whoa.
And drank it in front of us.
That's gotta
Now,
be a sharp
what-
sword.
Leaving his body completely untouched.
Yeah, so she took the soul from the body and drank it. Does that mean that the soul itself is vaporous and she inhaled it like a gas? Or did it turn into some sort of weird translucent ectoplasmic fluid and then she drank that?
I feel like it's more of like
What is the matter of your question?
So she
slurped it up,
she drank up all of the noodle.
all of the noodle.
Oh my god. What is the matter of your question, he says, and you can see he's getting a little
Curiosity, motherfucker.
annoyed.
Well, I was curious about that, but ultimately where I was going before you interrupted me first was she's looking for information. I believe that we have that information and you don't want it. So perhaps on your behalf,
And there's the crackle.
we could speak to her and perhaps bargain with this information for the release of your people.
And the pop.
You could do that, but giving her this information, giving a being like her information about magic like this cannot come to a good end. And I can in no conscience be a part of that. I would rather see my people die than allow the possibility of that she wants this magic for to come to fruition.
So then, if you want your people, if you don't care if your people die or not because of the knowledge, I can understand what the construction is about this conversation. It just sounds like you've already seen it.
I want to get my people away from her influence.
Well, good thing you have us.
I want to get my people away from influence. These 6 hexblades, they have set areas that they stay within, and they don't venture out. They don't really venture outside of them. Our tribe is currently settled at the edge of one of her territories. If we move away from that, she will not follow.
So, if you don't have this information, and you can move outside of her sphere of influence, then you can do that. And as you said, you would rather your people that have been taken by her be lost than for her to receive this knowledge. So then, and as you have been saying, it seems that a lot of the druid is being affected by this magical anomaly. So even asking the other druid circle doesn't seem prudent, seeing how their magic is also affected, and they will also not be affected.
I correct myself. There was the crackle and the pop.
No, well, he says, the reason I want someone to help is because my people are very attached to their mountains. They don't want to leave them. But I know that there are other places where we can settle. And I want someone who can come to them and encourage them and tell them that there are other places to live than here. We've been living under her influence for far too long, and she's a cruel mistress that tries to make us do terrible things.
Would
But
you
we
say
stay.
that girl is poison?
Fucking asshole. Take inspiration, asshole. Do you actually? Please say you actually say that.
Worse.
Yeah, definitely inspiration. But just give me a second because my headphone just dropped, so I have to go find it. Give me one moment.
Let the features drop.
I turned to Ozone. She got him out of his mind.
Oh man, it's hard for me to find.
Yeah, never press the big button smile.
Never.
Did you know that me and my crew used to do it?
Were you aware?
Like, for sure. I was like, yeah.
Wait, so like, so this being is basically screwing around just so like I can, because Ozone and Ben are having, you know, a hard time sort of parsing.
You're not alone.
Yeah. So this being is basically in the area, and basically screwing up their mojo. But we have information they don't want us to give that person, the evil hexblade lady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They don't want us to give him that druid the information.
Right.
Then he will actively be lying to her, and then
Oh,
that
okay.
she would drink his soul or whatever, and then since he has
Slurp up the soul.
yeah, slurp up the soul.
Right.
That so like that would end up being a lie, and then that would basically be him forfeiting his life because he doesn't want her to get the information. But so it ultimately, and it sounds like he's not trying to get his people back. He's trying to find someone with essentially the charisma to get people
Clout.
to leave.
What about uniqueness?
Nerve and talent, yeah, we
Right.
got it in spades.
Okay.
Sorry, one of my AirPods fell on the floor, and my cat immediately found a new toy, so I had to go retrieve it.
Yeah, I was explaining to Benny and Ralph that we need someone with the charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent to convince the Goliaths to leave.
Yeah, basically.
And we certainly have that cunt.
God,
Fucking asshole. All right. So, in my short time away, what have you decided? What's going on?
we didn't decide anything. I was just catching
Yeah,
them
just
up on, I
recapping.
guess, like the
Just
what was happening, because I think that there was so much going on, such an info dump, that they were like, "What happened?"
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, I'm still kind of lost.
Yeah,
What are you lost about?
You're a lost cause.
yeah,
man.
what a surprise.
I was also kind of busy interacting with chat. Sorry.
What happened?
I was
How many people were in
into
the chat?
see one talking a lot.
So all one?
Hey man, I was talking.
It happens. Hello, person. Hope you enjoy our stream.
Hello, person.
I hope you hate the stream.
Wow, Benny. Wow.
Wow. What's the person's name?
Kenny 94550.
Hi, Kenny94550. Hope you're enjoying yourself.
So anyway,
alright.
so I can get the basic gist. We found this Goliath bro. He is afraid of the Hexblade ladies. We gotta go kill somebody, right?
No, that's
No,
not-
we don't want to kill this someone.
You may want to kill her.
Right.
You may want to
We
kill
may not
her.
be
It would not. Yeah, you may not be capable.
Yeah,
Alright.
Ralph. She is actually, in and of herself, a Warlock patron. So she essentially is a demigod to bestow people with her patronage, which is your Warlock.
Which means maybe level 18 we can do it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You just need a wish.
Right.
Like a prayer.
So wait, so that Goliath is not part of the tribe
No.
of druids, right?
No.
These
They're
are
like an
purple,
emissary.
He is a different druid.
Yeah.
All right, I got it. Kind of.
He's a different he's from a different druid circle, and he's talking about a different group of people who are not here currently, because he so in his story he tells you about how he managed to get away. He changed into the shape of a dog when anytime this hex maiden was there, he always made sure to change into the shape of a dog, so she just thought that he was like a dog around a stray dog around the encampment and not one of the druids. So she kind of let him come and go as he pleased, and that's how he got a lot of this information. And then when he had enough, he came to these druids using his druidic abilities to find them, so he could see if he could get some help, because he knows that the Archdruid of Dreams is very good at things like persuading people, as well as subduing people and making them do what he likes,
So Archdruid of Dreams is when they say that, are they referring to the Archdruid we just rescued?
The Fearbold Archdruid, yeah.
Okay, all right. I wanted to make sure. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like what he explains, and then the Fearbold Archdruid kind of chuckles to himself, and he was like, "Well, I appreciate the compliments, but that's not exactly how that's not exactly what we do here or how this works. We help people find themselves by exploring. We help people find themselves by exploring the state within their dreams, by being able to visit their dreams and kind of understand them. We can.
You guys interpret dreams? Can I talk to you?
Yes.
You're supposed to let people finish talking.
I'm sorry. I get
rude.
excited sometimes. I told you, it's this big dick energy. We just took down a giant. I want to do. We're standing around talking.
Yeah, man. Keep up the energy, though. Yeah.
Who is this big dick you speak of? I was not introduced to any dick.
We can introduce you to a big dick.
Yeah, I point to Cathixis.
We all at the same time turn and point at Cathixis.
I just
None of
look
you
up
are-
and wave.
None of you are big. Is your name Dick?
Richard. It's
I-
Richard Cathixis.
Part of me is.
As soon as he asks that, my eyes widen and I say yes.
That his name is Dick?
Yeah, yes.
It is now.
Okay.
I just start nodding.
Well, come, Big Dick. We have to figure this out.
Oh, he acknowledged you by your name.
Yes, let us go.
My powers do not. Fucking ridiculous.
My powers don't work out here. They work
My
better
powers-
in the bedroom.
My powers don't work in the sense of what you're thinking, in the sense that I can force your people to come, or I can sort of force them to see some sort of untrue portent. I mean, I could, but that would not be the right way to get your people to do what you needed, and your people will ultimately not be happy with you or the decision that they made. So, is there any way that we could maybe convince them that they should leave? I mean, we know that they are living under hardship now. Why do you think your people are choosing to stay? And the Goliath says, well, we have this, our people have this really strong tie to tradition, and we've lived in those mountains for a generation. We have rituals that are associated with these mountains, that even though they most likely would work other places, they are emotionally tied to this place, and they just don't want to leave, especially the older members of the tribe. Some of the older members of the tribe have gone so far as to work for the Hex Maiden, just to get just so she would not be so hard on us.
Now, when you say work, what does that mean?
It means as much as they are able to, without going against the tenets of our beliefs, which would be to find the information she's looking for. They call themselves the Hounds of Volga. They're
Cool band name.
The Hounds of Volga.
Yeah.
These are the sort of the people that went to join her.
Yeah, they didn't join her per se. They're still part of the Druid Circle, but they are 4 druids that have kind of been patrolling the Nightlands aimlessly to try and see if they can find some of this information that she's looking for, even though they really don't know what they're looking for. They've just kind of taken an active stance to try to ferret out this information.
Who's Volga?
She is the
Hexblade lady.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was just making sure, right? Like, why would they? I hadn't heard the name.
Nothing wrong with clarity. The Volga is the Hexblade lady. So
what I'm hearing is that y'all need someone to persuade your people.
Yes.
Contrary to what you might believe from this conversation, I'm surprisingly good with my word.
Yeah.
I'm just a little hyped up because we killed a fucking giant.
You killed a giant.
I'll fist bump you on the side, like, yeah, we did.
Yeah. So
you killed it. Is that why the giant castle is that why the cloud castle in the sky is gone?
Yes.
That was us.
You did that.
Yep, they had this person, and I point to the Archdruid, and they, I point to the Furball Druids, needed this person, point back to the Archdruid. So they sent us up there, point to where the cloud castle was, and then we brought that cloud castle down here.
She had been attempting to protect us from Volga.
Well, you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet.
Slowly steps away.
She doesn't seem like she would have been a lot of help if we were able to get rid of her.
Yep, especially if you say this Hexblade lady, Volga, is as powerful as she says she is.
Fair
so
enough.
You were putting stock in the wrong company.
Also, she was an asshole.
She was.
Roll of persuasion.
Her bird people tried to eat me.
Do I want to re-roll that?
That's up to you. You do have a +8, and you got a 14. And you did have inspiration, so.
I'll allow you to see my roll first.
Okay.
Nat 20.
A 24.
Close enough.
There's no way you're gonna beat that.
No, he can beat that. He just needs a 16?
He has to be really lucky. He won't. I bet you won't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste it on that. I already had a really good intimidation roll, and I mean, this guy is clearly a fucking idiot.
That happens.
Well, it's not exactly like you're telling a lie. So, and what he was rolling was an insight check to see if he believed you. So, you know, He believes you.
I mean, that's my opinion. She's an asshole.
I mean, yeah.
Was an asshole.
Ha!
Yeah.
There. That's good.
I fucking hate you. So she kind of, so he kind of shrugs his shoulders. He's like, well, she was kind to us. She gave us food and sometimes protected our elderly when Volga would come.
Well, she's
to hide them out.
Kidnapped a few of
Um,
us.
wait, let.
Also,
Wait,
if you're looking for food, I'm pretty sure it's raining food currently. She had some golden fruit that should be falling from the sky?
You can't eat gold.
I said golden fruit.
I disagree.
It's actually made of gold.
I disagree. You can eat gold once.
Alright. Gold.
Oh, fucking asshole. Okay. Take inspiration for that as well, because that was cute. You can eat gold once. Okay, so
Took that inspiration twice. I'm joking.
so when the Goliath says that she was kind to us, the Fearbolg kind of all get up in arms like, well, she kidnapped our archdruid and was trying to enslave him and get information out of him. And probably do the same thing that Volga was.
I turn to them and say, well, he doesn't seem to care about that since I just explained that. And then I step back and start to sip on my tea.
A cup.
You said that? I didn't hear you say that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I was saying, well, clearly she's a racist because she was looking out for her Goliath, giant kin, but was kidnapping and enslaving the furbolgs. So,
and I said that that the Furbolg druid sent us to go get the Furbolg archdruid because she kidnapped them. And then we killed her and took the sky castle and turned it into a ground castle.
like I said, she was an asshole.
You did. I missed that part. I apologize. Yeah. So he apologizes to the Fearbolg and he said, I had no idea. She was probably just trying to coerce us in a different way.
Racist.
I apologize. I
The Goliath privilege.
Oh my god. So the Furbolg say, well, we're not going to interject ourselves into a situation that could destroy our entire tribe.
I mean, your world's coming to an end, so just point us into the direction, and we will try to do what we can.
Yeah.
We can help, and you wouldn't have to get involved.
I mean, that would of course be fine.
Well, my question for you, I look at the Goliath.
Mm-hmm.
How exactly did she, the cloud giantess, intend to assist you?
I second that question.
She was taking our people away, the willing ones, one by one, to get them away from Volga. We didn't see them again, but she assured us that they were on to a better place.
Even I know she was lying to you.
Yeah, I hardcore forehead slap myself.
Cathixis is... I'm not a clever young Khorad, but even I know
Yeah,
she totally lied to you.
Like,
when the Goliath says this, all the Fearable kind of like there's a moment of pause, and then raucous laughter breaks out.
Bruh, she was killing your people.
And the Goliath kind of looks at them, and like you could see the gears slowly start turning, and he puts 2 and 2 together, and he's like, "Oh shit."
It makes sense your people like the mountain. Literal rock for brains.
Ozone feels a kinship with this poor Goliath. He starts to feel bad for him.
So I turn and I say, since we apparently are not strong enough to take down this person, I think that calls for, and he turns to the camera, a training montage.
No.
Yeah, I look at Gnomenclature. What is this? What's happening? What are you doing?
I'm taking back your
Roll for push-ups.
inspiration.
I was trying to break the fourth.
I'm taking back your inspiration.
Who are you looking at?
What's out there, dude?
So he asked if you the Goliath asked, just I really want your help. I don't know what to do. I just want to get my people out. I know that there's a world out there where they can be happy, but they're not going to. They don't listen to me.
Makes sense?
No shocker there. I look at the herbal arch.
And you're an archdruid?
Well, he's not.
No, he's not an. Well, you say that to him?
Yeah.
I'm not the archdruid.
When
okay.
When you say that, I'm clearly not.
Alright,
I'm not the archdruid. The archdruid is not allowed to. The archdruid is not allowed to leave the tribe. If the archdruid leaves, Volga will take that as a sign of hostility and destroy the entire tribe.
I look at the horrible archdruid. I look at him. In all of this madness, I never caught your name.
That's because I didn't give him a name. Hold on one second.
I thought that's what he said.
Stupid.
Who said it?
I thought that's what he said. Oh, that's because I didn't give him a name. It's like, wait, what?
Oh no. Oh no. That's what I said.
You stupid bitch.
So let's stick with the Norse themes for Goliath.
No, the furbolg.
The furbolg.
Oh, the Furbolg has a name. Hold on one second.
I looked up to the furbolg archdruid and I'm like, I never caught your name.
The Furbolg does have a name. I just Sumi.
Sumi.
Nice
to meet you, Sumi.
Me?
What?
Nothing.
Benny and I made the same dad.
Yep.
I hate you both.
Sumi sounds like a good Furbolg name.
He shrugs it. He shrugs and he was like, "It's a family name. It was my mother's name. It's my daughter's name."
Wait, so his name is Sumi?
Yeah.
Now it is.
His name is Sumi. 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 Not Sue me, but Sumi.
Okay. So, Master Sumi.
It's pronounced Mister.
Yeah, we're not doing this.
Okay.
So, what could you possibly think of? You don't want to forcibly coerce the Goliath people to leave, and you don't want to intrude upon territory that could possibly cause your people more harm. So, what would be a course of action that you think could be completely neutral that could potentially help these Goliaths understand that they need to leave while possibly in any way appeasing this Hexblade into releasing the other ones, but not giving her all of them?
Merely persuading them should work. If you can get all of the Goliath to leave get all of the Goliaths to leave at once, Volga she will have no time to react. She may know that they're leaving, but she won't have the time to react to their leaving. So if you can somehow coordinate them all leaving at once, they would be able to get away. And the Goliath tribe getting visitors is hardly something new or unusual, because many of the Goliaths, unlike this one, are amazing seers and prophets. So people from around the Nightlands go to them to hear their portents, to have them read the leaves and see the future for them. Goliath are also great at stonework and stone artistry. So some people who are art collectors go there to visit. There are many ways that you could just go and not be seen as out of the ordinary. Whereas if we were to walk in with our entire tribe of druids, that would be out of the ordinary.
Now, say we were to go.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck do you expect us to do?
With the Goliath tribe. And
say that one more time, I'm sorry.
So say, for example, we were to go and try to speak persuasively to the people to convince them to leave. Would at least one verbal be able to accompany us, so that way we could, without any lying, since we are not as familiar with these lands as any of your people, as I'd say, looking around at Moonless, Heather, Sumi, the other Furbolg, and this Goliath. So, you know these lands better than us. If one of you can go, if we can persuade them, I feel a way to better persuade them would be to give them an alternative that would at least not undo the heritage that they've developed. Meaning somewhere hilly or reminiscent of mountain. Perhaps a nice quarry? I don't know.
Well, do any of you got well, okay, so the Fearbolg turns to you and he's like, I am not our people don't usually dwell in mountainous areas. I don't have a familiarity with where the mountains would be. I know that there are more mountains that exist. Where exactly I would not necessarily be able to, where exactly outside of Volga's reach I wouldn't necessarily be able to tell you. Where there would be uninhabited mountainous areas that would be habitable, I'm unsure.
Did I come from somewhere near mountains, like on the edge of the Nightlands?
You came from another continent, though. You did come from a rocky area, but you came from another continent.
Yeah, but that's I'd say that's out of her reach, wouldn't you?
That's definitely out of her reach. So is the mountainous area that Daergram came from, which is in the Twilight Lands. And those are the two of you that I know that have been around mountains. Maybe Ozone. I don't know exactly where you chose to hail from on that continent.
I always considered my people a foothills people, not so much mountains.
Fair enough.
I'll ask Moonless. To you, I know that your people tend to travel a lot.
So Moonless thinks about it, and she said, well, the mountain range that they're currently in extends into the Twilight Lands, which is out of Volga's reach. I don't know if the Goliaths are amicable to that, but that is an option. And she thinks some more, I have to pull up my map for this. Second. She thinks some more, and she says there are mountains she's like, there are mountains on the edges of the barrens, but those are largely inhospitable to life in general, so that would be a harder sell.
For druids to thrive than to make a place inhospitable.
Sounds like sound logic to me. I think we found a location. Let's go and tell them.
So the barrens are where the ennui live, and they don't tend to be very happy about other people on their land.
The ennui, I just sighed. Ugh.
Fucking ennui.
Existential
Them
depression.
Fucking Gen Zers.
Yeah, so they're not very big on other beings living on their land. It's not even a territorial thing. It's not even a territorial thing for them. They just purposely isolate themselves from outside contact, and anyone who tries to settle on land that they consider theirs, quote unquote, they suggest they leave.
I mean, if it's just a suggestion, you can ignore it.
Yeah, but they're really aggressive about it. They write a lot of articles. They make a lot of posts about it.
Yeah.
They
It's a lot
share
of,
it.
a lot of grassroots
They do a lot of,
campaigns.
like civil protesting.
Right.
They do a lot of sit-ins. It's
So
Let
wait,
me
this lady
Ignore
to clear up why the lady's there again. She
So-
doesn't live there, right? She came to that region to look for something, right?
Volga,
Yeah.
so Volga lives in the general area. She doesn't live in those mountains. She frequently comes to visit the tribe because she feels that they have information that they are not sharing with her, and it's information that she wants.
yeah, because she doesn't live there, but they live in part of her domain.
Mm.
Correct. So her domain is like the edges of the forest that border the Nightlands, as well as the mountains that line them. Basically, so like you're on the mountains, right? They are actually. You're not. You're in the forest. The Goliaths are in the mountains, right? So there's forest on one side of the mountains. There's forest on the other side of it. So her domain extends to the mountains. Those mountains are the border of her domain, and her domain ends at where the Nightlands end. So, like, that kind of quadrant right there on the other side of the mountain, of the forest on the other side of the mountain, as well as those mountains, is her domain.
What if we convinced her that the information just isn't there? And so I'll turn to the Goliath, like, do your people have that information?
No, that's what this whole conversation has been about. Ozone, get your fucking air out of your ears.
Yeah. So like, what if we just convinced her, like, she should just leave? There's nothing.
Then
there for
Addison
her.
can't come because Addison is the only one who remembers the information.
Addison is the only one who fucking retains anything here.
Yeah, I'm too stoned. You're a fucking bag of wind when it comes to memory.
Oh,
Dr. Daergram is too depressed to remember anything, and who knows what's going on in Cathixis's head. I don't think Cathixis knows what's going on in Cathixis's head.
And with that rant, we are going to end the episode. Thank you so much for watching. Later.
Listening.